So we are less than a week away from the IPL retention deadline day, which is 31st October. And this is Anish, and with me I have Pranay, Rajiv, and we are here to discuss about Sunrisers Hyderabad, the finalists from the last edition of the IPL. We have some news coming from sources about Sunrisers retention. What do you think about that?
So it has been reported that they are going to retain Klassen for 23 crores, Pat Cummins for 18 and Abhishek Sharma for 14. Which would take their spending to 55 crores for 3 players, leaving them with 65 crores for the auction, which is kind of like a solid strategy. But more importantly, the news that Klassen is going to be retained for 23 has created havoc in other teams.
Correct.
It might be a smart strategy to just
create some confusion in the other teams. Yeah.
Because Klassen being offered 23 has resulted in other players reportedly being has resulted in other Indian players
asking for more. Yeah.
But let's focus on Sunrisers for now. So yeah, Klassen. It's hard to even consider that a team would let go of Klassen because he's the best T20 batter in the world. Phenomenal against pace, phenomenal against spin, and been in superb form over the last 3 years or so. So Klassen, it makes sense for them to retain for 23. Cummins being the captain, contributes to the ball, contributes to the bat. Inspirational captain. We can see the way Sunrisers changed as a team in just one season. Like 2 seasons ago, they were nowhere there, and suddenly, all of a sudden, then they have Cummins coming in, Klassen hitting all the right marks, Travis Head coming in, which brings us to the third reported retention being Abhishek Sharma for 14 crores, and then that leaves Sunrisers with 3 RTM cuts, which they could possibly use on Abhishek Sharma's opening partner, Travis Head. Again, Head might go for a big money, but it's a risk worth taking considering that they would have otherwise spent say 11 to 14 or 18 crores on Head.
Correct.
So they could possibly save an RTM cut for Travis Head. There are other two RTM cuts left. Who do you think they should?
The remaining 2 RTMs, one option is obviously Nitish Kumar Reddy, who's the talk of the town now. Played for India in that T20 series, scored a quick 72 odd, has now made it to the plane down under to play in the Border Gavaskar Trophy as well. And him being an all-rounder, a commodity that is not really available in the market, Indian all-rounder.
Fast bowling
all-rounder. So that's something that Sunrisers are probably looking at. And like Pranay said, retaining Travis Head as the 4th retention would be an 18 crore investment. Despite his heroics over the last 1.5 years, Travis Head is not really an 18 crore player. So
especially in a mega auction.
Exactly. So
there's a lot of
players going in. So they will have to take that risk of putting him in the auction and trying to use an RTM on him. Their bowling attack, which was Natarajan and Bhuvaneshwar, they have let them go as well. It'll be interesting to see which of the 2 bowlers they try to take, because Bhuvi is now become only a white ball bowler, isn't playing for Uttar Pradesh in the Ranji Trophy this year. Nattu as well has had his injury problems, doesn't play very regularly for his state team. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of bowling setup they are looking for in the auction.
Yeah, Bhuvi is an integral part of Sunrisers. He has been with the team for I think close to a decade. A regular wicket taker in the power play as well as in the death overs, and a part of the leadership. He has captained the team also in several occasions. So maybe that ties might result in a RTM card being used on him.
Correct.
Another option, a player who has proved his worth recently is Glenn Phillips.
Correct.
Didn't get much chances last time, but again, all-round option. Glenn Phillips is a player worth investing in, but that was not the case. They did not use him much last time.
Correct.
Aiden Markram, again, I don't think would be in consideration.
Correct.
They had a phenomenal bunch of overseas players last time. They could have actually played any of those 7 or 8 players. They had Faisal Faruqi.
Correct.
They had Vaishak, the Sri Lankan spinner. A lot of options, and so it makes sense for them to let go of a lot of them and rebuild from scratch.
2 Indian all-rounders they have with who they might not retain. That's Shahbaz Ahmed and Washington Sundar.
Might go for big money in the
auction. So that's something we'll have.
Washington again performed extremely well in the Pune Test. So Washington, I don't think they will retain Washington. Correct. There is something which they see that the fact that he might not fit into the T20 setup probably might fit in well with another team. The brand of cricket which Cummins and SRH wants to play probably a little different from the style which Washington has to offer.
Correct.
Yeah, so that brings us back to the retentions. So Klassen, Pat Cummins, Abhishek Sharma reportedly have been retained for 55 crores. They have 3 RTM cards left, which we don't know who they will invest in, but ideally one should go for it.
Travis Head. One of the bowlers probably, hopefully Bhuvi. Like Pranay said, the ties are very strong there. And Nitish Kumar Reddy is also another possible retention option. That brings us to the end of the retention options for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Do catch the other teams that we have discussed in other videos on this channel and follow Sportstar for all information and news regarding the IPL retentions and the IPL options.